YouTube Nation? Main Event TV, aka me TV, aka it was a great weekend for sports. If you didn't watch any sports this weekend, man, you really missed out. And I'm telling you, the NFL was amazing. This weekend was great for the NFL and football in general for football fans. Football is back. But before we get started with football and NFL, I want to talk about the other football that people play overseas. That's right, soccer. Because I had a chance to see the Philadelphia Union play Portland this weekend. And it was a great game until this happened.
Goes to get up, and later on in that replay, goes to immediately cramped up in the back. Again, though, how much time does the referee end? Okay, that ends too soon. We're in stoppage time. Scoreless here. As soon as we got to the sideline, God started giving it to Toronto. So you're ready to come back in. The referee's permission. Here's just the map. 10 men on the field right now for Portland. This is cleared away. Here's Pencil will let Peter start back to the field. Really faithful. Very vocal.
Absolutely disrespectful. No way in hell should it happen. It's pathetic that something like that would happen. There needs to be some type of rule, some type of penalty, some type of fine, some type of repercussion or consequence, because if not, the players will keep doing it. You have to understand, guys, when you guys scream respect, and you know soccer deserves respect, people who don't love the sport, because you know I love the sport, people who don't love the sport, that's their ammo. They're going to go back to that, all right? Because there's flopping, and then there's that. And that's pathetic. And the players will keep doing this because there's no fine. There's nothing for it, all right? So the players don't have anything to fear. The coaches have nothing to fear because they're letting them get away with it. They're not telling them anything. The club itself has nothing to fear because they're not being fined. The league doesn't give a shit. Understand it needs to be cleaned up. And it's pathetic that this would happen. I'm sorry. Just no. It has to be cleaned up. Soccer fans, it has to be cleaned up. If you want more respect, like I said, I love soccer, but these other people, if you want to convince these other people, this is the type of thing that needs to be cleaned up. It just does. And it's pathetic that guy, he should be ashamed of himself for doing something like that. Now I need to move on because I want to talk about football. That's right, American football, NFL, great week. But first, I'm going to do all around the NFL, but before I get started, I need to talk about my Eagles real quick. That's right, my Eagles, guys. Eagles game. Yeah, we won. I'm happy we won. Go Eagles. But it was a piss poor performance. It really was. And I'm grading them at a C+ at this point. We're going to talk about the first half, all right? Because before I even get started, you guys talked about this last week, how I was saying how Andy Reid, you know, he didn't know what he was doing, and the players looked horrible all preseason. And you guys keep telling me preseason doesn't matter. And a lot of you guys said, no, preseason does matter because it can set the tone, which I agree, all right? But we've talked about this offensive line. It's still piss poor. And we talked about the defense. It's not working. And you guys said the same thing, all right? Well, it's only preseason. Calm down. Well, we're in the regular season, and we're still getting killed. No way should you know what? Let's get into this because I wrote a lot of stuff down. Let's get into this, all right? First off, first series of offense in the first half, all right? Reid did not adjust offensively against the aggressive defense, the Rams defense. Instead of trying to do the fly routes and the post routes, that's what he was doing. He didn't try to do any slant routes. He didn't do any slant routes until what? Late in the second quarter. All right? Understand that. He over the defense on the first play when Steven Jackson ran the ball pretty much up our damn gut and kept going. Yeah, that's because the defense was over pursuing on the shift. All right? Linebacker didn't adjust, didn't see the play, which is a rookie mistake. This is why we keep saying that we need some experience out there. I hear that Lance Briggs wants to be traded from Chicago Bears. Go get him. Go get him. I don't understand the problem. Anyways, the timeout when the ball was snapped is really pissing me off, all right? Because we saw this many a times. Look, I need to talk about this real quick, all right? Because we're going to go back. We're going back to the Reid era, all right? We're going to talk about the entire Reid era due to the fact that how he coaches. Now, understand there are coaching differences, all right? Because I was there for the Coach Height era. I was there for the Buddy Ryan era. I was there for the Ray Rhodes era. I was there when Cunningham played, when Rodney Peete played, when Detmer played. Yeah, I was there for all of them. Okay, so understand, I experienced all this stuff, so understand with Andy Reid, all his quarterbacks, McNabb, Kolb, Feely, Garcia, Vic, all of them, if you notice, they all do what? What do? They play the play straight up. They hike the ball straight up. They don't call any audibles. And then did you notice when Vic tried to call an audible yesterday, what happened? The play clock ran out, delay a game. And when he tried to do it again, what happened? Timeout. And that's what I'm talking about right here. Timeout, because you have to understand, it seems like these guys don't practice audibles. They don't practice this shit. And this is the problem because Andy Reid, we all know, he likes to throw the ball. He doesn't run the damn ball. And I'll explain that later, all right? But we need to move on. First touchdown was a sneaky play. And this is what bothers me from McCoy. I was disappointed that we didn't impose our will on the game, on the team. None of our plays we imposed our will on when we scored touchdowns. No, there were sneaky plays, or guess what? The Rams gave us the damn ball. When 99, listen, the fact is, we wouldn't even score that first play if number 99 didn't do that personal foul, which was pathetic. If I was the coach, I'd have pulled him by his face mask to the side and let him have it. All right, there was no reason for it, but understand the Rams gave us every opportunity to score. That's what they did. Fumbles, all that stuff. It was pretty much the Rams giving us points. It wasn't us imposing our will and saying, look, we're going to run this ball down your fucking throat and we're going to score. No, it wasn't that. But that's not all right? This really bothered me. First half, Eagles defense celebrate after a sack. And then the next play, if y'all watched it, next play, give those yards right back on a big fullback run. Look, I don't even need this anymore. All right? You have to understand, we talked about all this celebrating before and how it's immature. I'm sorry, but when you are losing 3 out of 4 plays, no way should you be celebrating 1 sack or 2 sacks. No, it's pathetic. And understand, guys, that's what they did. Oh my God, the Rams had like 355 yards against our defense yesterday. All right, 255 of those yards were running. That's right up the fucking gut. No, this does not work. We were known for our run-stopping defense, and last year all we needed was a better secondary. Now we have the secondary, and we don't really have any run-stopping defense. Understand that this is going to become a problem. All right, and you guys keep saying, yeah, it was preseason. Well, it's the regular season now. All right, that was the Rams yesterday. Could you understand? Could you wrap your mind around another team, a higher caliber team with a good running game? I'm putting it like this. All right, next week we got Atlanta. All right, Michael Turner. I understand Atlanta lost yesterday, but understand Michael Turner is a hell of a runner. Understand that if that defense plays the way it did this week, or let's just say yesterday, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. And also understand that if Steven Jackson had stayed in the game after that first series, we'd still be in trouble. Understand that the Rams, we played the Rams. Yes, we played the Rams. And there's no disrespect to the Rams, but we played the Rams. Yes. And we played a piss poor performance, like I said, C+, and it said this offensive line. I want to talk about this because I've been seeing a lot of guys, you've been sending me messages, all right, about Michael Vick and how he's not a pocket quarterback. Look, understand this. Michael Vick's ability to run is what makes Vick special. Understand, with that offensive line, not going to happen. He can't stay in the pocket, all right? He got hit 9 times yesterday, all right? And every time he got hit, what happened? He got up slower and slower. And this is game 1. That offensive line didn't show up or didn't even protect him till mid-3rd quarter. That's right. And the thing is, if anyone watched the postgame show, yes, Trey Thomas comes out and says, the offensive line played solid. Played solid. He said the word solid 8 times. Played solid. No, they didn't. They played poor, all right? You don't show up mid-3rd quarter and decide you want to start protecting your quarterback. I'm sorry, but your quarterback in the first game of the season against the Rams shouldn't have 100 yards rushing. That's right, 100 yards rushing. Or should I say 98 yards because he kneeled on the ball twice at the end. All right? 100 yards rushing and then 155 yards passing. Yes, McCoy, and I've been saying this time and time again. Why aren't they running the ball with McCoy? McCoy had 14 carries for 100 yards rushing, right? And he had 7.8 yards per carry. However, 95 of those 100 yards came off of 4 carries late in the 4th quarter. Yes. Understand Andy Reid is not running the ball. And Ray didn't just say, well, he likes to pass, and then do the run, and it works. No, it doesn't. That first half, we looked horrible because of the fact that he got so fucking pass happy. Run the ball, run the damn ball. You pay the kid all that money, the kid can run. Run the ball to open up the pass. It opens up the play action. You're not understanding how this works. Apparently, Andy Reid doesn't know what the hell's going on. Even if it's not Andy Reid, because he has the final say-so, maybe it's the offensive coordinator. It's either or, all right? And like I said before, that offensive line is not working. Herman's, I'll give him his credit. Herman's played good. But Jason Peters, if you remember in the first half, when McCoy tried to run over, he tried to do that sweep to the left, what happened? Jason Peters gave up on his assignment, let the guy go, and the guy went and tackled, McCoy in the backfield. You cannot have that happen. You just can't. You can't give up on an assignment. No, you keep pushing that guy out. You know the play. And let me tell you about knowing plays, all right? Because false starts, all right? Yeah. False starts and delay of games, no way. I already talked about delay of game, but these false starts are pathetic. And defense, let me tell you something, all right? Third quarter, third down conversions, penalties all day. All right, these guys were so undisciplined. Mark Coleman, he's out of bounds with another guy, throwing him out of. He's already out of bounds, but he's going to keep fighting with him. Why? It's undisciplined. This makes no sense. All right, now like I said, second half they adjusted a little, but they should have adjusted on the fly. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't wait till the second half to start adjusting. No, because it makes no sense. All right, it really doesn't. And I don't understand how all these people can be happy. Like I said, I'm happy the Eagles won, but it was pathetic what the Eagles did. I'm looking forward to the next game. They have to fix this. Dream team? No dream team at this point, all right? Michael Vick cannot be running that much. You want to be a pocket passer, yet he's going to have to run. It's just something you're going to have to deal with. It really is. He made some great passes. He made some piss-poor passes, and he made some great passes as well, all right? I will say that. So he balanced it out, all right? That one play, was it when he threw the ball in the end zone off his back foot, being pressure thrown like that? Yeah, that's a hell of a play. That's a suicide play for any other quarterback, all right? But that was a great play from Michael Vick. Now, I need to move on, all right? Because I want to talk about the rest of this NFL before all this time runs out, all right? I want to talk about this. First game of the NFL, Saints-Packers, kind of disappointed, all right? Everyone said it was a great game. It was a shootout. I looked at it as it was piss-poor defense by both teams. That's how I see it, all right? Panthers, I want to say congratulations to the Ravens for beating the Steelers. I mean, we've seen the offseason talk all offseason on how they were getting at each other. Ravens really put it in, all right? They really made the Steelers look bad, all right? There was a lot, there was a lot of lopsided scores yesterday, all right? There really was. And I'm starting to remind me, starting to think back of what would have happened if we had OTAs and all this problem with, with the lockout. Would these scores be this lopsided? And seriously, and also I want to give a shout out, Cam Newton, yes, Cam Newton, man, he had almost, 400 all-purpose yards? Here's the problem with Cam Newton, though. He played a hell of a game, but he didn't make the passes he needed when it counted. That was the problem. That's the reason they lost. I'm just saying, that was the reason they lost. Now, but like I said, he's a rookie. He will get better. It was a great individual effort that he put in. Notice I said individual, that he put in his first game. Also, there's a lot of blowouts. Ted Ginn Jr. went crazy, started running the ball back for the 49ers on the Seattle Seahawks. It was crazy to watch. The Dallas Cowboys, I don't understand. I don't get you. Like, you had a chance to win that game, and Tony Romo channeled his inner Neil O'Donnell and threw the ball right to Darrelle Revis. I don't understand that. I really don't. Jets played a good game. I still haven't heard what happened because for anyone who saw the end of the game, Bob Ryan just started going off after the game. Started dropping F-bombs. He was cursing somebody out. I don't know if it was his own team or it was someone in the stands messing with him. I don't know. But they sure as hell didn't tell us. And I want to see more about it. Hopefully somebody reports that, all right? But also, more news because for those who don't know, all right, the Chargers beat up. That's right, beat up on Minnesota. Donovan McNabb, what the hell? 35 yards passing. Yes, 35, that's pathetic. That is pathetic. For a person who's supposed to be striving, he wants to prove himself after he leaves Washington, there is no way in hell you can just throw for 35 yards. I'm just saying, you can't do that. McNabb, you keep that up, you're going to find yourself on the bench again. You really are. And speaking of the Washington Redskins, all right, they beat the New York Giants, which is kind of odd because it didn't look like it was going to go that way until the second half. Yeah, Eli, I told you, a lot of Giants fans were saying, we got a lot of injuries, we have a lot of problems, and I said, this game is going to fall on your quarterback then. It's going to fall on your quarterback, all right? And what happened? They lost, all right? Yeah, and the Washington Redskins, I know that said they're not going to win the NFC East. They're still not. They're still not. As long as the Eagles are in this, they're still not, as far as I'm concerned. However, Rex Grossman looked untouchable yesterday, but you can tell that sometimes Rex Grossman really wanted to give the Giants the ball when he was throwing it. It's like, here, just take the interception, because that's what he's known for. But hey, what can you do? Seriously. Tonight, there's what? Oakland and Denver, and there's the Patriots in Miami. Patriots-Miami is going to be good, because that's always a good rivalry. Oakland and Denver, I can only imagine what's going to happen in that game with Kyle Orton. I'm telling you this, if Kyle Orton has at least 2-3 bad games, there's going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem. The Colts, let me tell you something, because we're going to talk about big problems, all right? This is what happens when you put all your stock in Peyton Manning and you don't get yourself a good quarterback. Look what happened. Or at least it's a good, legit backup. This is what happens, all right? You had Sorgi all those years, and then you decide, we're not going to give Sorgi a chance. Mind you, Sorgi at one point was the Maytag man. Yeah, he had no job, had to become a Maytag repairman because you guys didn't give him the respect he deserved. So now you got Painter and Kerry Collins, who looked like he wanted to quit halfway throughout the game. All right, Colts, understand that you are in trouble. You are. Without Peyton Manning, that team is nothing. It goes to show you just how bad your defense is. But then again, I will be fair about your defense and say, if your defense is always on the field, they'll be tired. Take a cue from the Ravens and learn to build that stamina up. I'm just saying. Take a cue. That quarterback, without the quarterback, you're done. You're done. Because apparently your coaching isn't good enough. It really isn't. Just saying. All right, guys? Now, also, the Atlanta game, the Bears, they showed that their defense shined through as usual. Atlanta, that first game, he had a bad game. All right? Atlanta does more than that. Now, if we beat Atlanta next week, you can cause some problems, and they're already talking about if Matt Ryan loses this game to Michael Vick, that there's going to be this tremendous pressure put on Matt Ryan that he's not good enough. Yes, so for all these seasons he's been playing, he was good, but if he loses next week, he's not good enough? That doesn't make sense, media. It really doesn't. I'm just saying it just doesn't. Anyways, guys, I want to move on, all right, because I know there's some games I missed, but I didn't get a chance to see them all, all right? I just didn't. But I need to move on. I need to talk about some UFC talk real quick and Strikeforce. Let me talk Strikeforce first, all right? Because for those who know, all right, who saw the fight on Saturday? Bigfoot Silva got destroyed. I mean, that dude came out and hit him with one punch right in the jaw. I kept saying, when you got a man that big and his chin is that big, that's an easy target. All right, that first punch he rocked him, he was done. After that, he didn't know what to do. His mentality wasn't just a fight. He just mentally broke. And like he was hitting him with slaps like this, and Silva was like, oh, because he was just mentally done. He was done. It was a matter of time before he was gonna go down again. It was a great fight. He made him look bad, beat him on strikes. I mean, just destroyed his fucking face. He really did, and of course it didn't show on his face. But to get beat like that by a guy half your size, that's a lot of heart. That's a lot of heart. All right, and I'm looking forward to that because Barnett also choked his man, side choke, a submission, choked his man, which is a beautiful submission for those who do not know how it works. How they put the arm up and carry, and then they go around you. Yes, pretty much choke you with your arm. They can choke you with their bicep or with your own arm. It's a beautiful submission. It works so much. It's very effective. And if you have the right positioning, you're not getting out of that. Just tap. I'm just saying, just tap. Now, I also need to move on because we need to talk about UFC, all right? For those who know, UFC has, made a deal with Fox. That's right, UFC is coming to Fox now. It seems like Fox is buying up everything at this point. UFC is coming to Fox, and I want to say this real quick because now that Spike TV has lost UFC, I don't know what this means for pro wrestling fans, all right? I don't know what that means. Anyways, UFC, the dream matchup has been signed. Brock Lesnar, that's right, Brock Lesnar versus Alistair Overeem. Y'all get ready for that. Get ready. That's going to be great. And Brock says that, you know, his condition. I don't even know what you'd call it. I don't want to call it a disease, but his condition. All right. He said it won't hurt. It won't affect his fighting. So he's going to fight. All right. So Overeem versus Lesnar, and we know this is going to come down to strikes because Overeem, if you saw Strikeforce not too long ago, Overeem doesn't like to go to the ground. All right. So this is going to be two big men just punching the shit out of each other. That's what it's going to be. You're going to get what you pay for in this one, I feel. All right. Now I will say this in other UFC news. Rampage Jackson is saying that he's being spied on by John Jones. Yes, all right, before their fight, because for those who don't know what's going on, Rampage Jackson feels that there's a spy in his camp, all right? Now, he said this because when he fought Rashad Evans, he had made up this phony, just to see if it worked, this phony type of injury to his knee. And he noticed when he fought Rashad kept trying to punch him in the knee because that rumor went out there that his knee was hurt. Well, now he's come up with another fake injury, and now they're talking about it already within his camp because he came up with it in his camp, and all of a sudden the media's gotten hold of it. So now Rampage is thinking that there's spies all around him. Now, you can call him paranoid if you want, but there's no way that Rashad would have known that, and then all of a sudden John Jones is doing something about this. This is going to be interesting, all right? And we're going to see how far this goes. Just saying, guys. You say you can call him what you want, but the guy can flat out fight. He can, all right? And if this comes down to strikes, this is going to be nasty. Also, shout outs to Floyd Mayweather and Ortiz. That's right. For the 24/7, you guys are doing a great job. You guys really are. It's great to see exactly what's going on, the mentality Ortiz has as opposed to the talent that Mayweather has. This is going to be a great fight, all right? And Oscar De La Hoya, you shouldn't be talking shit when you're not fighting no more. You shouldn't. Trying to say that Ricky Hatton was washed up, he's half his size. Come on, Ricky Hatton's a great fighter. You can't do that. He's a great boxer. Then to say, when he fought him that he was washed up and that when he fought Mosley, he was washed up. Yeah, y'all both were washed up, but that doesn't mean anything. 41 guys in front of, was it Mayweather? And all of them lost. They've all come up short. Ortiz is hungry. I give him that. I don't know how he's going to do, but Ortiz has a history. And I say this, he has a history of quitting in fights. Just saying. Anyways, guys, I want to say that I have no standout star for you this week. I didn't have the time to look for any videos, so we're going to go old school and cut this short. And I'll tell y'all right now, y'all be safe. Y'all take care. I'm out, man. Hey, Eagles fans, they got the shirts now. I told you that Andy Reid flag was going to catch up to them.